hey, hey, hey. Oh,
check out the Marcus and Manny show. I hate you both right now. You guys are ridiculous.
I'm Shotzi Blackheart, the ballsy badass, and you are watching the Untitled Manny and Marcus show. Remember to like the video and subscribe.
Welcome everyone to another edition of the Untitled Manny and Marcus show. I am, of course, Lord Manny. Hey, Hayes.
Ho ho! Marcus the Grunt. Oh, I'm Marcus the Grunt. I messed up the intro. Hey, hey, ho ho! I messed up the intro. That's what just happened. But I'm Marcus the Grand Finale. I'm never gonna get that right, even though you're doing the hosting duties. I'm never gonna get the other half of that right.
What? You're the one that had to be prepared for it. I just have to wait for us to come live, and then the awkwardness of me reacting to the silence of nothing happening, and then it's like, oh,
we're live. So with the botch introduction, Manny, how are you doing on this Tuesday evening / Tuesday morning?
I'm doing great. It was a very difficult afternoon when I was trying to watch Raw, but then I had actual serious work to be doing of testing a dashboard, and I was just like, oh, this is so difficult.
Yeah, work is, always in the way of the show. If we could only make enough money in that store frontier or donations or whatever the case may be, we can quit our jobs, Manny, and do the Untitled Manny and Marcus show and the Sharpshooters podcast full time, and life would be great. It'd be great. It'd be amazing. I wouldn't be in 720p right now. I'll be in 1080p.
Yeah, over there is the past, if you can see it. Like, look at the quality over there.
Yeah, look at that. Look how dark in the room it is. If previously in the car and on other editions of the show, I'm actually lit up and it looks like, wow, look at this guy. But now it's just terrible. It's just grainy.
It actually doesn't look too bad. I just had the YouTube feed up. It doesn't look too bad.
No, Manny, it looks bad. I look like I have half a face. It looks like I'm getting ready to reveal something devious at you. Like, I'll be like, oh, Manny, and yes, I have your son. Dun, 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 dun. And you're like, I have a son? Yeah, you're like, I have a son? Oh, we skipped that part of the story.
So we did have a few news bits that we could cover today because Raw wasn't that great. So Finn Balor has undergone surgery on his jaw. He looks to be out for 6 to 8 weeks. Given that he just won the vacated NXT championship, do you think there's a chance that they may vacate the championship once again?
I really hope not. I really hope they can just, be a little patient and just wait it out. For right now, don't focus on it. Maybe do some vignettes. Talk about, ooh, look who the champion is. Ooh, who's the number one contender? Just build up onto who the number one contender is going to be. Maybe even showcase Priest more as the North American title. Give him experience as being the man or something. There's tons of things to do. I'm really not a fan of them vacating the title again after vacating it only a few weeks before. And I feel like it was vacated even before then. I know Keith Lee was double champion.
Well, yeah, there was that, and then there's also
excuse me.
There was also Karrion Kross is probably with injuries a lot more severe than Finn's is, so that puts him out a lot longer. So there may be a chance that they just play it out, so they don't vacate it.
Yeah, and they have options. So it's not a situation in which they don't have options of what are we going to do without Finn Balor? It's not like he was the biggest ratings draw. I mean, he is champion. They had their pay-per-view. I was wrong last week and said they're going to be AEW. In fact, I was wrong by a lot because NXT, I think, only did like 600,000. What a disappointment in that. So
I didn't even see it. I didn't even see the ratings this week. What
was it? It was like 8-something. It was like 8-something, 60-something to 6-something. Yeah. AEW. So it is what it is at this point. And I believe they can survive without Finn. But to me, the biggest disappointment of the entire weekend and trying to draw ratings for the show is not having NXT be a part of the draft, or even these free agent signings. None of them seem to went to NXT. Like, they didn't draft Andrade and Selena, but somehow they ended up on SmackDown. It seemed like it would make more sense if they would have just went back to NXT.
Yeah. So the other news story is the racist gay porn star Lars Sullivan has been in trouble once again by sliding into a fitness. I believe she's a yoga instructor's DMs, and then trying to solicit pictures.
Yeah. So here's the thing. Lars Sullivan, I'm going to give a rundown of Lars Sullivan. This is pretty much his story. Shows up at NXT. Don't care about him. Don't like him, really. He's there. He's just a big guy. He's screaming. All right, whatever. Finally gets the big call up, kind of get the call up deal. Turns out he has anxiety issues and things are pushing him back from starting up. And then he has the gay porn scandal. Images out everywhere. People poking fun at him. Let's let that cool down. Maybe he was injured somewhere in there. I don't remember. And then we are finally caught up to him. He was a racist. He has Twitter things from his past about being a racist. And he had to apologize. And people got to say he improved and, all that. And now he comes back and he's sliding into yoga instructor's DM. I believe it is time to cut your losses. There is no star in Lars Sullivan that I see that you can make that is worth carrying all this weight. Like, he's carrying everything with him, and you don't really need all this baggage right now.
Yeah.
So, Manny, what is your suggestion on what they should do with Lars Sullivan? Should it just be, we're going to just cut ties with this guy, or do we continue to show him, put him on SmackDown and as a force to be reckoned with, as a monster among men, or whatever the case they're going to call him?
Well, it's a good thing. Although, given that he's white, it'll probably gloss over. Because, like, if you look at what's happened, the treatment Velveteen is getting from, let's say, wrestling fans online, it seems unjust when a white person of Austin Theory is getting the exact same treatment, like the exact same allegations, and he's not getting the exact same treatment. And
yep,
I just hope people remember, like they did with Jackson Riker when he said all that shit.
His team abandoned him.
That everyone is clear that it's like you can say sorry for saying shit in the past, but like I don't still see any form of remorse or anything of him saying I'm sorry for my actions. These were in the past, blah blah blah. Because he was fined $100,000 and sent to sensitivity training.
You talking about Lars, or are you talking about
Lars?
Yeah. But I thought you were talking about Riker. I was like, Riker got that? Damn. But no, yeah. Like, it just seems like nothing actually happened. Nothing's actually taking place. If this was a spot to criticize WWE on how they manage the wrestlers or their contracted employees or whatever, this would be the thing I would target the most. Of like, there's no reason to fucking keep this guy. And these aren't even rumors and speculations. This is stuff that's actually online that you can look up. And I'm not saying what he did with gay porn should get him fired, but the racist rants and the sliding into DMs, unwanted sliding, and the person having replies of no, and now blocking them so no more responses can be out there. Yeah, it just seems like it's not worth it for a guy no one cares about. No one honestly gives a damn about Lars Sullivan. If he went to AEW, they wouldn't care. It's not like, oh man, they got Lars Sullivan. He's not a star. This isn't a Brock Lesnar. This isn't a I don't know, Triple H. I'm just making random people up. A Randy Orton who you want to put up with. This is Lars Sullivan. There's not much there. Yeah, there's not much there. This is the equivalent of
title. There's nothing you can say that is like he's a previous blah blah blah, because he's not achieved anything.
Yeah, and it's a waste of time to keep him. This isn't like, let's say if Rusev would have gotten into trouble. for whatever reason, Rusev goes on racist rant or whatever, and I'm not saying Rusev is a racist. I'm just using him as an example. Maybe I would consider like keeping him, but even then, you'd be like, a couple of losses right here. This isn't worth it. Like, This isn't a Seth Rollins. This isn't a Drew McIntyre. This isn't a Keith Lee or whoever who you have potential of becoming a big star. It's just Lars Sullivan. This is a dime a dozen. Like, whatever he's doing, you already got Braun Strowman. You have, I'm blinking out, Ridge Holland coming around. I mean, he may have broke his leg or whatnot and tore every muscle in his leg.
Oh, so he
was coming up.
So Ridge on the injury report has done his knee as well as fractured his ankle.
Oh, yeah. So he's going to be back in 2 weeks.
Yeah. So he's probably out for a while.
Yeah. But I'm saying this isn't like they're carrying Cross or anything who they see, I can make money off this guy. This is Lars Sullivan. It's someone that it's become a joke over the past year. Someone that everybody forgot about. And then he came back and you forgot about him again, even on the previous week. I forgot all about him on Raw this week. And he came out.
I'll tell you what career he's gonna have. He's basically gonna be Gene Snitsky.
Yeah.
Someone you don't even really remember other than it wasn't my fault.
He's punting a baby into a stance. And even Snitsky got further than I thought he would. Lars don't have that potential. He isn't even a Vladimir Kozlov or a Heidenreich to me. And I'm bringing up all these old 2010 names before. But he's not even any of that. Not even a Nathan Jones. He's a nobody to me. And for the fact that he's still in the company and that they're still trying to, force him down our throat, or not force him. Like, when people criticize people being forced down their throat, this is someone being forced down your throat. There's no redeeming quality about Lars Sullivan.
Okay, shout out to Emold in the chat and Chris Royal. Chris, I'm going to say I'm mad at you, actually. I'm calling you out. So we hadn't heard from you for weeks, possibly months. I thought you were dead. So I reached out to you on my personal email to check if you were all right. You did not reply. You, sir, are a real Robert. Robert Roode.
So, other than that, do you have anything else to say about Mr. Lars Sullivan?
No. I think the less we talk about him, the better now.
Hey,
because I know when we were talking about when we were in our pre-production with Eric on Saturday, Eric didn't even want to mention his name. So yeah, but then unfortunately, me and you ended up mentioning his name and then ruined the show.
Well, I feel like his name is still worth mentioning because it does show the character of this company right now, which like they're gonna allow this guy to continue to go. Like, there's no reason. And it can show, like, this is the direction they're going in, or they're really hell-bent on this. Like, this is a reason to criticize WWE. There's a lot of time they take criticism for stuff that it's like, whatever. But this is what? When you go like, hey, what the fuck? Why?
Especially when you think about it now, how diverse the WWE is. There is no room for anyone that has any form of racism attached to them.
Yeah. But, Manny, it's not even to me just the racism. Like, whatever, he was young or something, he posted that, whatever the case, whatever. People change, they improve, they grow or whatever, I'm down for second chances. I'm not going to just be like, he's done for the entire universe for whatever racist comments he's had. Maybe he redeemed himself. If the locker room accepted him, as diverse as it is, maybe it's okay. But the fact that he has the racist comments along with sliding into DMs and all the baggage that come along with him, and the fact that he isn't really getting over with anybody, I'm just cut my losses. I see no reason.
Yeah.
I see more value in the Forgotten Sons right now than him.
I feel like we've given this guy way too much time. Let's move on to the WWE Draft.
All right, go ahead.
I'm just going to list them all out, and then you tell me which ones you felt were a good move or a bad move. So Raw picked up The Fiend. So I'll list them all out, but Raw. So I'll list out the first few that are actually moves from SmackDown. Raw picked The Fiend, Braun Strowman, Matt Riddle, Jeff Hardy, Alexa Bliss, Elias, Lacey Evans, Sheamus, and Nikki Cross. They also picked up who were already Raw superstars: Randy Orton, Charlotte Flair, the whole of Retribution, Keith Lee, R-Truth, Dabba-Kato from the Underground, Titus O'Neil, Peyton Royce, Akira Tozawa, and then on Raw Talk they announced that they have also signed Lana, Riddick Moss, and Arturo Ruas. Anyone there surprising to you?
Arturo Ruas being announced as a draftee or whatever. But no, to me there were no real surprises in this draft. To me it wasn't like, oh wow, they did this, or wow, this draft is spectacular. No, nothing really happened. There wasn't that, oh man, Raw took John Cena moment from way back or something. It was just seemed like, oh, this is status quo. And it seemed like what I wanted from the draft is new storylines and new characters, but it just seemed like what they drafted was, what we're going to do is take SmackDown storylines and put them on Raw. And we're going to put Raw storylines and put them on SmackDown. Whether it's Dominic and Seth and Buddy, or if it's The Fiend and Alexa Bliss coming over to Raw. And I feel like they just continued every storyline, and it didn't really add anything to me. To me, it was just like, this draft is happening, but this is probably the worst draft they've ever did.
Yeah, so SmackDown picked up the Street Profits, Kevin Owens, Dolph Ziggler, and Robert Roode, who recently just moved over.
Yeah, like in the middle of a pandemic.
Yeah,
Ziggler was trading for AJ Styles, and they decided to trade him back.
They've also picked up Apollo Crews, Aleister Black, Natalya, and the Riot Squad. And they retained the services of Bayley, Daniel Bryan, Lars Sullivan, King Corbin, Sami Zayn, Nakamura, and Cesaro. And then in a supplemental online exclusive, Raw picked up Gran Metalik and Lindsay Dorado, leaving Kalisto as a free agent. Eric of the Viking Raiders, while SmackDown picked up Shorty G, your girl Tamina,
hey,
our girl Billy Kay.
You know that was the best pickup of the draft.
Sleeper pick of Billy Kay.
Now I'm going to announce that I believe SmackDown has the better roster. I think
SmackDown from night one had the better roster.
Yeah. And then night two, I was like, oh, the rich kept getting richer, in which they added more people to the show, in which the Street Profits, I feel like, are the updated version of the New Day, basically. Like, they just upgraded everybody. They added Seth and the Mysterios and their drama to go along with Roman. They still kept Big E.
Do you think Big E's going to hook up with the Street Profits?
Maybe, but I don't think it's going to be long term. I think Big E is on his own push right now for as long as it's going to be. Raw ended up with Sheamus and Matt Riddle. I thought was some good pickups. I thought that would be a good addition to their singles division, because when I was watching Raw, I was like, man, they really don't have nothing. And then, who is it? Because Raw in their singles division is basically the Hurt Business versus everybody. But when you add Sheamus and Riddle and Jeff Hardy and AJ Styles, I think it adds some meat there. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. The draft just didn't do it for me. I can't even get into this draft. Like, I was trying. I was like, whatever. Raw got Charlotte Flair again. Whatever. It just didn't feel like a draft.
Really trying today. I was really trying today, because I was just like, I'm busy today at work. I need to watch Raw. And then it turned out like I really didn't.
Yeah. It was such a nothing show. Randy Orton and Drew McIntyre, and I know we're skipping ahead for the draft. Randy Orton and Drew McIntyre continue their feud and just have a pull apart, basically. The Hurt Business and Ricochet feud may continue, even though Ricochet is kind of says over because everybody left him. But it was like, And he announced this match before Apollo was drafted. He was like, hey, man, I don't want to get my ass kicked anymore. But Apollo may go to SmackDown.
Yeah, so let's just get into Raw. So
Yeah.
Randy Orton kicks off Raw once again. He states in 2 weeks he'll be locked in a Hell in a Cell with Drew McIntyre, and he's going to take his WWE Championship. 2020 has been a hell of a year, but it's been a year of Drew McIntyre and became one of the faces of the WWE. So out comes Drew, tells Randy Orton when he kicked Randy Orton in the skull at Clash of Champions, that was for everyone that Randy Orton has screwed over. However, at Hell in the Cell, all the pain and suffering he causes Randy will be for me.
Hey, very action movie, Drew. Very action movie.
Well, he also then said last week he made a promise to himself. Every time he's in the same building as Randy Orton, he's going to kick the crap out of Randy Orton, which leads to a brawl, which was the first brawl of the night.
Many. I feel like there were 3.
Yep.
Maybe
so as you can see for the title of today's video, you can't spell brawl without raw.
So yeah, I feel like they just had nothing. This was the one, you know how every Raw they say Vincent McMahon prepared this 2 hours before the show, or he kept ripping up the script. I felt like that's what was going on with this Raw. They had nothing. They felt they had nothing to do anything with.
So Chris said they'll be doing those stupid I Care About My Brand show battles soon. Yep, Survivor Series is coming up.
Yep. And so
plan early when you just moved.
Here's my thing about this. Yeah. Why do the draft so close to Survivor Series? It's like, oh man, I'm SmackDown through and through. And this it'd be Seth Rollins leading the team. And he's like, I've been here for like a week. And on Raw, you have like Matt Riddle, like, yo, bro, I was just caught up on SmackDown, so I really didn't have loyalty there anyway. But now I've been on the Raw for like 2 weeks, bro. We're gonna fight for brand supremacy. They really don't do this right every year. Every year, Phil. And the only time it matters is when NXT is involved, and it should be main roster versus NXT, and you settle it.
Yeah.
Because that actually feels like a rivalry, because it's a different type of brand.
So the first match of the night was Aleister Black versus Kevin Owens in a no disqualification match. And do you know what? I felt the Big E Sheamus one was more entertaining last week.
Yeah, this one was whatever. Again, I do not care about this Aleister Black, Kevin Owens feud, or any seems like Kevin Owens feud recently they put together. Because they just all seem thrown together. And this was the blow-off match, right? No, they both ended up on SmackDown.
Yeah, they both ended up on SmackDown, so it's probably going to continue.
Let's continue this shit for another 10 months. And my number one disappointment, SmackDown, Kevin Owens lost to The Fiend. 1, either he should not be on TV, or 2, he should have changed it all. It was the same guy. Nothing happened.
Well, no, it's Kevin Owens in jeans, Marcus.
Oh. He's really changing. He's evolving. He decided to put pants on.
So there was a nice there was a nice Meteora through 6 chairs, which was a quite nice spot.
It made me go, oh!
But like I always see these types of spots in the Kevin Owens weapons match where he builds something majestical only to go through it himself, like the coyote from Roadrunner.
Yeah. Or if you want to keep it in wrestling terms, the Monster Abyss.
Yeah.
It's just the Abyss match is basically him setting up stuff and then falling through stuff. And by the way, speaking of Abyss, where the hell is the Joseph Park character? He was working with AJ. It seemed like they had something there, and that's scrapped.
I think he's going to be back. Yeah, I honestly think he's still going to be back. Like, he works backstage. AJ's bound to get another segment.
Yeah. I'm sure. I hope. So anyway.
KO wins with a stunner, followed by a powerbomb through a table. Next.
Did the right person win? Do you think the right person won this match?
Well, it didn't really matter because both of them are going to SmackDown.
Well, I wanted, but I think Aleister needed this win. I mean, he's already lost an eye. Why can't he just have this victory? It's not like it's not like it matters if you beat Kevin Owens, but I feel like in Aleister's sake, who I believe can be a main eventer at some point if they, booked him right, it would be, it'd be nice to give him this win.
Chris, Aleister versus Priest would be a really good match for Survivor Series or the lead up to Survivor Series.
Yeah, but they're not going to do anything like that. I don't even think Aleister Black will be on the Survivor Series team. Damian Priest will be on the NXT team. They are never going to touch.
So, Miss TV, they had Mandy Rose and Dana Brooke. I don't really want to talk about this segment. It was really terrible. But like it ends. Let's just say it ends in a brawl as the Boat and Lana come out. Chris, don't reply to an email to me now, which I sent to you in September.
Now I felt. I guess we get brushed. We don't have to brush over this segment. Just move along with Miz and Mandy and Dana. Nothing happened of any importance.
So, so they cut to a break, and then it comes back from break, and it was in the Miz TV set where he decided to start interviewing John Morrison when the racist gay porn star and in the inappropriate DM slider did Lars Sullivan comes out once again, takes out Morrison as he runs away.
No reason for this. Don't need it. You got Braun Strowman. Why do I need Lars Sullivan?
So as you can, our next segment is actually on the thumbnail for today. So if you look in the bottom corner, you will see the swift title exchange between the Street Profits and the New Day. And Dawkins seemed to throw some shade once again at the Clippers, where he named
for no reason.
Dawkins has named his title belt Patricia, and he requires Kofi to clown the Clippers each and every night, just for her.
For what, Dawkins? For what? At what game? At what cost? The Lakers are the champions. The Clippers have lost. We have moved on. We're going to the 21. I guess it's 21 season. The 2021. I don't even know how to say it. The next NBA season, and everybody's clean slate. Clean slate, all right? Fuck you, Dawkins. What do you think of an exchange? Do you think it was... Would you prefer to have a match, a best 2 out of 3 falls match in which they split it?
I think it now would have been the time to basically just go, you guys are fighting each other and we're going to unify the belts. Because like there are no more tag teams. Like the only ones, there's not very many that exist anymore.
No. This is the perfect time to unify the belts since no one has to travel in different locations. We're all going to the Thunderdome or the Performance Center. And you can have a pretty deep tag team division if you unify these belts.
And like, yeah, it doesn't make sense. So, but like, I guess if like Postman Pierce like initiated the trade.
Do you feel? Because I read somewhere that Street Profits are now a Grand Slam or tag team champions or the Triple Crown tag team champions. They have NXT, SmackDown, and Raw now. Do you feel that's warranted by them just being handed titles?
I don't think that's warranted. And like you've got to realize also, like they just ended their streak. Like they were the longest Raw tag team champions, and it's just ended in an instant.
Yeah, now they're SmackDown champions with one. That's true. Like it's over for that, and I feel like a unification made sense at this point. The handover technically makes sense, but it's stupid at the same time. Logically, if you have a solution like this, they're tag team champions. This show they move. We just swap them. I feel like there should have been somebody arguing that. There should have been somebody going, nah. And the fact that Dolph Ziggler and Bobby Roode had a match with the New Day after this just seemed like that made no sense either. It was like they were booking around the draft, but not really trying to like do the draft. It was like, we just do these matches one time, one off.
Both cut out.
Oh, did we? Good.
Yeah.
As long as it's not my fault.
Yeah, we both cut out. So next thing on the on the card with Seth Rollins coming out telling us that we should be sad because he's leaving Monday Night Raw and moving over to Fridays, and asks if anyone on the Raw roster can fill the void he's leaving behind, and it saddened him to say that the answer is no.
Yeah. He didn't give a damn.
And he was like, who's going to step up to fill these shoes? He can tell you who's not going to be. It's not going to be Dominic or Rey Mysterio, because unfortunately they will be following him on SmackDown.
That's basically a trailer for this storyline continues, guys. Hold on.
So out comes Jeff Hardy, who basically said this is his ring because he's on Raw, followed by AJ Styles. He tells Seth to keep stepping, as this was never Monday Night Rollins anyway, which Seth takes offense to, which leads to Brawl number 3.
An unnecessary triple threat match takes place. Why does it need to be a triple threat match? Why do I get this? Why do I need a triple threat match every week? I didn't need this match.
Oh, hold on, Marcus. Because Jeff Hardy called it a triple threat tag team match, which I wrote in my notes, get that man tested now.
The drugs are kicking back in. These are side effects. Because I was looking like, I thought he said it was just going to be a tag match. And I was like, oh, Matt Riddle's going to come out. They're going to do the tag team thing. And it's going to happen, right? Right? Like something like that. But no, it was a triple threat match. Solid match. Fine. Nothing mattered. I didn't care about who won or lost or what the stakes were. Not like an Intercontinental title shot was on the line or a U.S. title shot was on the brink. Nothing of that consequence. It was just 3 veterans fighting.
Well, I said I thought it was a really good match till it was interrupted by the returning Elias, who was taken down at the scene of the crime, being taken away in an ambulance.
Well, I do like that he thinks that Jeff Hardy ran him over. And then Clark Lusso, Jeff Hardy was found innocent of that. Somebody ran me over. Like what?
No, it was like someone with red hair did it. And then like Sheamus had been drafted to Raw at that point. But he's totally oblivious to the point that it was Sheamus. And then
I don't understand why he can't put 2 and 2 together.
So, but he also states that his new album is coming out on the 26th of October, called Universal Truth.
Why is that? Yeah. Okay, so for the record, I was happy Elias hit Jeff Hardy with the guitar and they continued to run over storyline. I actually enjoyed that moment. I enjoyed that he's coming out with an album, and I was happy that he's back being a heel. So they corrected some stuff with Elias, that he's no longer a baby face and stuff. So I was okay with that. But yeah, I didn't need this triple threat match, but the returning Elias kind of worked for me.
And then next was Lana and Natty versus Mandy Rose and Dana Brooke.
Yeah.
This match happened.
Yeah, this was great. I was really invested.
I'll tell you what though, if you pay attention to Lana, she kind of stood out in this match as having made some serious improvement into her in-ring game.
You know, yeah, I think she has been working a lot with Natty. And do I think she's at a championship level? No. Is she at an AEW level? Maybe.
Oh, whatever, man. She's higher than AEW.
I don't know, man. Because you at least got Big Swole, Thunder Rosa, and
Thunder Rosa is a part of AEW.
Yeah, she is right now for the time being. I'm just saying, Lana might be in that middle grade of the mid-card AEW wrestler. If I were to grade her, might be slightly above that. But Lana to me is more entertaining than anybody on their roster.
Lana is solid on the mic, even as annoying as her voice can be.
Yeah. To me, she reminds me of Vicky Guerrero of being annoying and having that heat for just having an annoying voice, but carries herself actually pretty well.
Yeah, and then Natty then tells Lana she's done with her after they lose, which leads on later into the main event. However, we move to the Hurt Business, and they're at the back talking and saying Retribution got drafted, but they're not here. Which leads to, well, first of all, Bobby Lashley's white suit.
Oh,
amazing!
Bobby Lashley was stunning. He looked like the CEO of the Hurt Business. If you told me, Manny, and I had no knowledge of wrestling, and they said that man right there is the CEO of the Hurt Business, 100% I believe you. 100%. That man's a part of the Hurt Business. But yeah, he was the best dressed of all, and I think he will continue to be the best dressed member of the Hurt Business.
Yeah. Well, he's got the money, hasn't he?
Yeah.
He should be buying.
He does have most of the money. I mean, he's friends with the President Trump because they shaved Vince's head. So I'm assuming he has it all. He has whatever he wants.
So Ricochet interrupts them from their little big boys club and asks them for one last match against anyone in the Hurt Business, as he's retiring his ongoing beef with them, as it's not good for either party. So if he wins, they squash the beef. And if they and they go their separate ways, if they win, he joins the Hurt Business.
I kind of felt like this was Ricochet trying to put himself in the Hurt Business now that he realized all his boys would go. And like, damn, I should have did this last week. I fucked up. Mustafa's now part of Retribution. Apollo's on SmackDown. I had a chance to join the Hurt Business, but I didn't want to betray my boys. So he was going in this planning to lose this match. Like, you don't give an ultimatum like that. It was like, hey, man, if I lose this match, I'm kind of in the groove. Huh? I don't want to continue to beef, huh? Come on, guys. We'd be great. But it's too late. That ship done sailed for him. And I don't know. Whatever. So,
let's move into that match. Ricochet versus Cedric Alexander. I had no idea Cedric developed a ground game.
Yeah. It was when you turn heel, you take it to the mat. You no longer get the high spots and the energy and the I'm gonna fire up. He took it to the mat, and he was outsmarted by Ricochet with the Eddie Guerrero spot.
I thought, given that it was Eddie Guerrero's birthday, it would have been Eddie Guerrero's. I think it was 53rd birthday the other day.
Yeah.
I thought this all was beautiful. Like it touched my heart.
Manny's cold heart was touched at this point. Like, Ricochet, you didn't have to do that.
Yeah, well, look at the way he sold it. Like he was in the theater.
Yeah. Like in the image you have here.
Yeah.
I've never seen nobody in distress like that ever in my life. With the hand, woe is me. Woe is me. Oh, ow, ooh, ouch. The referee was my favorite part about this segment because I did not know why he was over there struggling to get up on that second rope before he turned around. I was laughing, going like, they're doing a Guerrero spot. Like, he was just like, like Ricochet was so slow with it. And then I admire the Hurt Business respect of MVP sitting down like, I gotta get, it worked. But I think he's still joining the Hurt Business. The beef is done. He's going to join them.
Well, I don't think he is, because there's no need for him. They need a female. And what looks like is going to be, I think once she's recovered, I think Naomi's joining the Hurt Business.
Yeah, but I feel like that's the wrong female. I appreciate Naomi. She's a great wrestler. She's the natty. She's back to her and Natty traded spots, so therefore she's now the new natty of Raw. She's the new B.O.A.T of Raw. But Bianca would fit perfect in there.
Yeah, but Bianca's now on SmackDown.
They didn't have to do that. Just keep her on Raw. Just keep her on Raw. Have her join the Hurt Business thing to be fine. Work it out later. Or even Sasha Banks in the Hurt Business. Although I think she's too big of a star to be in the Hurt Business.
She outshined all of them. She's achieved more than all of them combined.
Yeah, I feel like she'd just be talking shit, and MVP would be like, yeah. Like, damn, he had nothing to say? Yeah, she'll say everything. But
so Angel Garza versus Andrade. Angel picks up the win. He makes a quick exit, and Selena enters the ring to check on Andrade, to which the lights go out, and then these two are taken out by Alexa Bliss and The Fiend.
I enjoyed that. I enjoyed the taking out. I didn't understand Selena saying she needs to be outside of there by ringside due to contractual obligations.
Yeah, but then
Like,
she said after that, I'm done.
Yeah. And then as soon as Andrade's down, she's like, let me go check on him. Because Angel Garza's a piece of shit.
Well, she said that after he was about when he had him in the position for the wing clip. Like, this is for you, directed at Zelina, and then like they panned to Zelina. I hate him.
Yeah. So, what do you think is the future of these three now that Selena and Andrade are going to SmackDown and as free agents? Yeah, he's one of the free agents going to SmackDown. He didn't get drafted. Him or Selena?
Well, I think there's an Intercontinental title scene for him, and then I don't know what's next for Selena because I know Vince is very high on her, being that she's brilliant on the mic, and I think that's what Vince loves. If you can sell it on the mic, the wrestling like comes second. But like she's improving in the ring, but like there's this massive story of Bayley Sasha that's probably going to go on for months, so she's going to be over there doing nothing.
Yeah, but I can see her, managing Andrade, having a side project again. I can see her being back in the same position. Like, yeah, Vince is high on her. Honestly, I think Selena's true calling is not only just being a manager, but I think if you put her on commentary, which she's done a few times during this pandemic, I think she'd be gold. She'd be better than Beth. She'd be better than Byron. And she could be added with Corey Graves and Michael Cole. Would be interesting.
Yeah. I'm not a big fan of Beth on commentary.
I know. I'm okay with Beth. I think I'm in the minority with this of enjoying Beth.
It's not that I have a problem with Beth. I think it's that she just always seems like she's there for a soundbite, like what they did with Renee Young when she was on commentary on Raw.
No, I feel like she's a lot step above Renee. Renee was soundbite only. Lee Beth goes, oh, look how I'm grinding on the inside, and he's working that or back and forth. Like, I feel like at least he's saying what the holds are and history and stuff. Like, she has more lines than Renee.
Because that one episode of SmackDown where after the Saudi show, when Renee had no restrictions on her and Pat McAfee was on there, that was probably the best I've seen Renee on commentary.
Yes. That was amazing. She was extremely more natural because she had nothing to lose in that case. It was like, oh, you got to use me? All right. So it was, to me, that was the best Renee Young. But then again, Pat McAfee brings out the best of everybody. And Manny, here's the thing I discovered. I realized when I was like, who bought Rich Holland at Mercedes? It was Pat McAfee. He was coming back for Adam Cole. That's who probably put the hit out on him. And he was building his own stable. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I realized that was what was going on. And they stripped us all away from that. That is now stripped away.
Although
I was like,
there could be other hitmen. There could be other hitmen, Marcus.
Yeah, but Rich seemed like the guy. He seemed like the guy.
No, because like you got to realize a hitman the hitman needs to take out Adam Cole completely, not leave him alive. So they could be
Rich Holland did a very mediocre job. He was like, hey, you didn't finish that job. You cracked his ribs, but he didn't die.
You need to bust him in the mouth so he can't talk.
So if the Undisputed Era is attacked again by another random hitman, let's say B.O.A.T. I don't know why he was the first one to pop in my mind. But B.O.A.T, I'm telling you, Pat McAfee is in charge of this, and this could lead into Survivor Series. Undisputed Era,
I wouldn't be surprised if we saw Pat McAfee at Survivor Series. Like, I'm all for that. I enjoyed his match with Adam Cole. Like, yeah, you could say a lot of it was Adam Cole, but like, that guy Pat McAfee had agility. Like, he understood the product. Like, it wasn't just like, oh, celebrity coming in for a match. He took it seriously. You saw it. Like, he actually took it seriously.
Yeah, it wasn't a Tyson Fury situation where it looked like he's faking it and doesn't honestly know what he's actually doing, and he's learning on the fly. Pat McAfee seems to. I've been watching wrestling a lot. I know what it's supposed to look like. and I have enough charisma to carry me through a match to tell a story. And that's what I really like about Pat McAfee. He brought it.
Imagine if there was a crowd in there, they'd be losing their minds in that match. But the fact that it was done in like I can't even remember if there was fans in attendance or if they had the plexiglass stuff up by then.
Yeah, it was Plexi and Plexi and wrestlers.
Yeah, because that was amazing. Like imagine the sounds of the crowd for that. They'd have been all over.
That was the best celebrity match WWE has done since the Ronda Rousey match in New Orleans. So it was incredible, and that was better than that match. It was better than that match.
Okay, so let's close off Raw, and then I've got the chat to address. So the New Day versus Dolph Ziggler and Robert Roode. The entrance just isn't the same with Big E doing it.
I don't see why they just don't incorporate Big E's voice in it. It's not like they broke up. Do you know I have a theory why they didn't break up the New Day with the violence that everybody wanted them to have? Of Big E just turning on them or any way possible?
Because of the money.
The money and the New Day podcast becomes really awkward when all of a sudden we're doing the New Day podcast and Big E's in there and is like, yeah, I attacked these guys.
Well, he did say, I think it's on episode 8.
He would turn on them and form the cause.
And call him the cause.
Which is the greatest faction of all time. So anyway, they beat Dolph Ziggler and
Wes has asked an interesting question. With Lars Sullivan returning, can WWE do anything that will make you think about stop watching?
Yeah, plenty. There's plenty, probably.
What would be the massive turning point that was like, do you know what? Fuck it, I'm done.
Well, it would be something really. It has to be really extreme. Giving the Insane Clown Posse the titles, I don't know. I don't know. No, but I'm sure it's something. It's plenty. Like,
but like, have you ever taken a break from wrestling?
No, not really. Like, not in my life.
I took one shortly after Vince bought WCW, and then I must have taken a break for like maybe 2 years before I got back into it.
Yeah, but like, what Wes is implying is that they do something so outrageous in which, let's say, I mean, guys already died in the ring and had wrestlers wrestle in their blood. I continue to watch. I don't know.
Do you think if Lars Sullivan became WWE champion, you would still watch?
Yeah. Even though I'd be like, yeah, come on. Like, cause the championship to me, the title has always just been a prop. Like, I don't honestly care if like my favorite wrestler win the title a lot of times. The coffee one meant something because it was like, oh, this hasn't been to happen and ever. So this means something. But for the most part, when like if I can still see the wrestlers I like on a wrestling show, I'm still like, I got to see him. Got to see Cesaro wrestle, even though it's not where I want him to be. It's fine. I'm not going to be obsessed with it, like with people winning titles or anything. Mostly, if they were to get me to tune off, it would probably be some type of angle that I feel like, yeah, they kind of went really far. Or let's say if Lars Sullivan continues to go on whatever trend he's going on and give out another racist rant, and then they're like, this is my guy. Fuck you guys. Then I may be like, nah, man, this is crazy.
Yeah, I'm not. I think I was just burnt out by the amount of wrestling I watched back in like before I stopped after Vince bought WCW. But like, there's always an itch to make you want to come back.
You hear something and be like, what happened? Like, I don't think wrestling fans ever truly quit. They just they're just slowly watching from the sidelines.
Yeah,
like I'm not in it, but I'll follow all these news feeds and be like, what? Just react to it, just to be like, oh, that sucks. Okay, so did you watch it? Nah.
So Chris said what would make him turn off would be Charlotte double champ. So Chris, now that he's back, we get the Charlotte hate once again.
unwarranted Charlotte hate. I say give Charlotte the belt and then give Charlotte all the belts. How about this, Chris? This would probably get you to turn off. Charlotte become a world heavyweight champion.
The men's world heavyweight champion.
Yeah. She defeats either Drew McIntyre or Roman Reigns or whoever's the champion at the time, and she pulls a Tessa Blanchard or a Jordan Grace holding a men's title.
I'm telling you now, he would still watch wrestling. He just wouldn't watch WWE because he's the one that watches all that obscure wrestling, which I don't have time to watch. You might watch it if you had the time.
Yeah. Recently, I don't have the time, man. I saw this Evolve stuff on the network. I was like, I'll check it out. There's a G1 going on. Haven't seen any of it, even though I heard it, as always, it's great. You know, it's just time, man. That's the problem with wrestling. It's time consuming.
Yeah, so the New Day beat Dolph Ziggler and Robert Roode. Then we move on to the Battle Royal. So Nia gets on the mic before the thing starts and says, this is going to be won by either Shayna or her, and to save time and humiliation, they should all jump over the top rope so she doesn't have to throw them all over by herself.
Good heel work.
Now, you and Wes's girl, Tamina, was eliminated first.
Damn it. Was she eliminated first?
Yeah, she was eliminated first by Nia Jax.
Okay. I remember Billie Kay. It was entertaining to me because she was like trying to get back in and she did the shoulder thrust and then it ended up hurting her and it was just like, I'm getting off now.
But that was the funniest part. Like, I loved the whole part of like she was put over the top rope and then she tried to run past Nia on the ring apron to try and get through the side. Then she ran to the other side and tried, and Nia closed her off each time. And then she tried the shoulder thrust, hurt herself, and then she was eliminated. I was just like, oh, what the hell is this?
That is like, great.
This is why Billie Kay deserves better.
Because Billie Kay deserves better, and she's gonna get lost in the shuffle on SmackDown. And it's gonna make me sick. Also, Lacey Evans moved to Raw, who ended up in the finals of this day. Also, a spotlight of the match of the week, and I still need this to continue, whether she becomes champion or not, or if she's involved in Asuka's storylines. I still need Lana to go through a table every single week overall. This is week number 4. Nia Jax was in a tirade. She was upset that Shayna eliminated her after she helped save Shayna, pulling her Indy Hartwell, and then she ended up going through a full table again. That same spot.
Do you not find it weird that Kevin Owens, thrown with force and gravity, did not break that table? Yeah. Nia Jax falling backwards into the table with Lana attached to her broke the table with no real momentum.
It's with that force. Nah, it's the pure force. It's the irresistible force. That's what she put it to it. And she killed her. She killed her again for Lana to come back at the end. So, Manny, we know who won. Lana won. She's going to fight Asuka at Hell in a Cell for the belt.
No, she's fighting her Raw next week, I thought.
Oh, next week?
Yeah.
Oh. Well, she's fighting next week. God rest Lana's soul. But right now, would you give Lana the belt?
Yes.
No hesitation. No hesitation. Lana gets the belt. Lana gets the gold.
One, it'd be fucking hilarious. Because all hardcore wrestling fans of like pure wrestling, the purists, will hate it.
They will cancel their WWE subscription that they probably aren't even paying for.
And they will hit up the Fire Velveteen Dream one more time. And all this nonsense.
It's gonna awaken John Cena sucks chants and CM Punk chants, even though no one's in the arena. You can hear from the outside. Every wrestling fanboy will go insane. But you know what, Manny? I don't disagree with you. I might give Lana that belt.
Like, how entertaining will it be with her with the championship? Like, I just need that Miz championship run where it was like the chicken shit heel. Because it would have been great.
Lana will pull off shenanigan after shenanigan to keep retaining, pissing everybody off. It would be great. I feel like she would. I know it's nobody in these arenas or whatnot, But the heel heat you could get for that, imagine her coming out to the ring and people booing her. And, you know, for people who would say Charlotte wins all the time, they keep giving it to the 4 horsewomen, this could be a chance where a 4 horsewoman doesn't get it, that beats a person that isn't a 4 horsewoman and be able to retain. And it's just an outsider. You give it to Lana. Lana's the best. Lana's number 1. It's the pettiness. And it's the pettiness of what Rusev playing video games on AEW while she's over there carrying WWE Gold. This could have been him.
So there was another fight, with another brawl between Randy Orton and Drew McIntyre backstage during the Battle Royal, and then kind of stole Lana's moment.
Yeah, Lana was in there all emotional, then all of a sudden they're fighting on the sidelines again to show up at the end. And Drew's threatening to kill Randy, and he's like, yeah. And it's like, all right. They didn't know how to end the show at all. Like, I feel like they were like, if Lana is going to win this Battle Royal in the main event, I think we need more. I feel like we're going to piss a lot of people off.
How did you find Raw in the end?
I thought it was trash. I thought
it was so bad.
I thought it was trash. Probably the worst show I've seen in a while. Because I feel like it was just thrown together. The draft was useless. They had a bunch of matches that didn't mean anything. Next week it's the season premiere. This did not feel like a season finale at all. Like, I have no idea what they were thinking with this Raw. Absolute trash.
In the chat, Emo asks, "Hey Kamish, who's Wes defending the title against next?" And as we know, Wes is the holder of the Sasha Banks one and done title.
Hey, he is no longer the champion. It is El Luchador, a 3-time champion, right?
Yeah. No one can defend. He can't defend that title until someone else becomes level with him on one and done. And the next person that could potentially do that is Eric, who is fighting for the title at Survivor Series.
Yeah, he is.
But the next title match is El Luchador versus Jen. So Chris said, "E-Mode you need to face Wes, student versus teacher." But given that neither can contend for a title match until Wes lives up to his end of a bargain of either purchasing purchasing DSPN merch, official DSPN merch, or buying the Tamina shirt, which he agreed to the bet at the WrestleMania 36 pre-show.
Yes.
Because Marcus has lived up to his end of the bet.
Yeah, and I've lived up with it. You know what? I have no shame wearing that Tamina shirt when I'm at the grocery stores. No one probably knows what it means, but they know. They may think my name is Tamina and no one's meaner than Tamina.
And Emo then said, "I am a young disciple still in training, Chris." Wes beat Luchador out of existence. Now, I know a Luchador's got other priorities, and but he's still the champion. He's not out of existence. He still communicates via email to me his picks, which he given that he's got other things going on, still managed to get his picks on time, whereas Wes and the Dizman didn't.
Yeah, true.
And the timer was extended for the whole show last week, and they still didn't make the time. So they were both disqualified from that match.
Wow, is that what happened? I didn't realize it was a disqualification.
It was a disqualification because either way, if a Luchador got like 2 right already, from what I could retell, it was virtually impossible for the others to catch up.
Oh, okay. So I was wondering for a minute.
And then, Emo can't challenge for any title until Wes lives up to his end of the bargain, given that he is Wes's disciple, allegedly, or side chick.
When did that start? When did he become Buddy Murphy?
However, I think Emo is Wes's burner account.
You've never seen him in the same place at the same time. Like,
So,
look, Kevin Durant.
like last week, Emod, you can have an exhibition match against Wes. You can, but it won't count towards any of your title matches because you can't.
Maybe like AEW matches on Dark. Yeah, you got that way, but we're not moving you up in the rankings. Yeah, you're 28-0.
Basically, Emod, you are Red Velvet.
All right. Before we came on, I got the latest Red Velvet. The cake that never rises. Oh, before I came on, I read a news story that WWE is trying to sign Ben Carter, the standout in AEW. They're trying to bring him to NXT.
Oh yeah. I think that match he had with Scorpio Sky put him on the map.
Yeah. And I think honestly I haven't seen
it. It would be a good signing.
I honestly think that with that, I think if Scorpio Sky contract would come up, WWE may throw him a bag of money. And you're like, you title wrestling dark matches, come on to NXT or SmackDown or whatever. We treat you. We treat Lowe's how we treat our black wrestlers.
I'm 100% sure Triple H would do him a solid on NXT.
Yeah. So it's interesting. It's a plot thickens in this Wednesday Night War. If the WWE snakes Ben Carter from AEW, I'll be like, oh, that's fucked up. But it is what it is.
So Emod said his real name is Guy Friend, which does not make. I don't believe that's true.
I'm your guy friend. I'm fine with that. If you, I'm fine with Emo. Although Emo is reminds me of Brie Bell or Brie Mode a lot when I hear that name.
Emo. I watched Goonies the other day as a nostalgia trip. It's a bad movie, but Sloth in it reminds me of how Natty talks. Hey, you guys!
Hey, guys, we have to do this. No, that's how Natty talks. It's a little faster, but don't talk about the boat, all right?
Her and the boat anymore. Lana's the boat.
Lana's number one. Okay, Lana is the best. Oh shit, that makes it a boat.
If Lana becomes champion, I'm taking the title. I don't care.
You can't take it for a Lana title. Can't take it for a Lana title. Okay, that's crossing the line. That'd be crossing the line. Although, if you want it, you could have called this a 5-star match battle royal because Nia Jackson's in it. What were your star rankings for this match, this battle royal?
It was a 2.5 at best.
Yeah, I know. You couldn't even add up our stars to give this battle royal anything.
So Emo just asked how long is the main show going away for? So the Sharpshooter Wrestling podcast, we're not 100% sure. We haven't had an update from Eric. Me and Marcus are taking a break after Thursday's show, and we will be back on when's the date of it? I think when Thursday the 29th, shortly after they bring back Halloween Havoc on NXT. So we'll be missing 3 shows.
Yes, a vacation. That's all I ever wanted.
Yeah, so we'll be taking
out of that.
We'll be taking a break. We haven't had one for a few months now, as we've been doing the show quite solid for, I want to say 4 months now.
Yeah, consistently. I think since June, maybe June, July, somewhere around there. So we'll take a break. We're at some point going to produce some content for you to consume while we're gone. We'll probably do that either. Do you want to do it today or tomorrow? Tomorrow.
Yeah, so we'll start recording some stuff tomorrow. And I'll do it as premiere so you can chat along, and if we're around, we might be around. One of us might be in the live chat. It'll probably be me. Just remember, it isn't live. Like it is a recorded show. Like when we did this for Eric, when he did the tier list in place of the Sharpshooters Wrestling podcast, a lot of you guys were in there thinking it was live.
Well, you guys were so current with your dates and times. It was like, oh, this is great.
So on that note, make sure you check out
oh, there it is.
storefrontier.com/ESPN. Help support
Buy
the
that
show.
shit.
Help support the show. It helps us pay bills around here for the streaming software we're using. And yeah, like, subscribe, and all that jazz. And
Yeah, do it all. Do it big. Like, subscribe, comment, put your likes, dislikes, whatever it takes. Ring that bell so you can always know when we're coming on. Do what you got to do. Buy the merchandise, support the show, donate on the website. I believe we got a donation this week randomly on the podcast. I was like, oh shit, that's nice. Eric told me about it. He ain't cutting me in on it. He probably pocketed all the money. Probably spent it on something.
Me on it.
Oh, he hadn't told you yet. He ain't cut nobody in on it yet. Huh? It was a $40 donation.
Oh, that's nice. Whoever sent it.
I didn't want to bring it up. I forgot. I was like, I forgot the name who actually did it, and they said it was a long time listener. So Eric is probably better exempt because he actually saw it and stuff. But it was really nice. Appreciate it all. We take anything: money, cash, hoes, bitches, whatever you got. Whatever you got. Lars Sullivan tweets, whatever you got.
And on that note, this has been the Untitled Manny and Marcus show. I've been Lord Manny Hayes.
And I've been Marcus Ho Ho, the grand finale.
And I can't do the sign off I did on the Sharpshooters Wrestling podcast of when I was going to the moon, because I have to hit the button. So
you should do it anyway. You should be on your Zeb Coulter shit, in which you like, that's the end of my video. I gotta walk up and turn off the camera. He couldn't edit that out.
Walk away and then come back in. I'm not doing that.